there, welcome back to my channel, Selena Teaches Mandarin. My name is Selena. I hope you guys are doing great. If you're new on my channel, I'm here to help you with your Mandarin, taking you from a zero beginner to a confident Mandarin speaker. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and most importantly, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to check out more new teaching videos on my channel. In today's video lesson, I will be talking to you about the tone change rules of E. E means one in Mandarin. The tone change rule of E has got some similarity with the tone change rule of Bu. If you're still confused about why the Chinese pronounce one as E, but in some cases it's pronounced as the second tone, like 一个,一样. Make sure to stick to the end to learn more about that and get more practice. If you haven't watched the tone change rule on Bu in my last video lesson, please go check it out first. The link is in the description box down below. So the original tone of E is the first tone, E1. Let's look at some situations where E keeps its original tone first. When E is used alone, it keeps its original tone, the first tone. For example, if I ask you, hey, what number this is? And you're gonna be like, 1, right? And you say E, but not E or E. It keeps the original tone. E also keeps its original tone when it's used to express date, the day of the week or time. For example, today is January the 1st. 今天是1月1号. Yeah, E keeps the original tone. Or 11月1号, November the 1st. E keeps the original tone. 星期一, Monday, the day of the week. E also keeps its original tone, the first tone. E, 1点01分 or 11点. Now, describing time, E also keeps its original tone, the first tone. Now we're on the third situation where E keeps its original tone when it's used in numbers. For example, if you're counting the amount of something, like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 you're counting the amount of something, right? Then E keeps the original tone as well. Or when you're demonstrating the steps, the beat of dancing or exercise, etc. And you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. Now E in this case is pronounced the first tone, the original tone. This one, 1995 年, the year, right? 1995. Again, in this case, E keeps the original tone because it's used in numbers. 1995 401房间 401房间 room 401. Again, in this case, 401 is used in numbers, so E keeps the original tone, the first tone, E 401房间. E also keeps its original tone, the first tone, when it's put in ordinal numbers. So like first, second, third, etc. In Mandarin Chinese, by putting D before a number, that's the way how you express ordinal numbers. For example, 第一, the first. 第一名 means you're in the first place, you win the championship, you are the champion, you're in the first place. 第一名. One thing to keep in mind is that when E is followed by a larger number unit word like 百, 千, 万, 亿, then E changes its tone. For example, 103, 103, E changes its tone to the fourth tone when it's followed by 百, the third tone. 第一千次, the 1000th time. In this case, E changes its tone to the fourth tone when it's followed by a syllable in the first tone, 千, 1,000,000, 1亿. In both these two cases, E are followed by syllables, by words in the fourth tone. So E turns to the second tone, 1,000,000, 1亿. This is actually the first tone change rule for E that we'll be discussing a little bit later. Now let's go back on the final situation where E keeps its original tone. When E is used at the end of a word or a sentence, it keeps its original tone, the first tone. For example, 统一, 专一. 表里不一，不管3721. Now let's do a little bit of a quiz to reinforce what we've just learned so far. What is the tone of E in this one? Think about it. Yeah, it's the year 1991 is in numbers, so it keeps the original tone. 1991年. Now what's the tone of E in this one? 1月21号 is a date, so E keeps the original tone. What about this one? Does E change its tone? 100 kind. Yeah, 100. Here is a larger number unit word, so E changes its tone to the fourth tone. 100种, 100 kinds. Now the last one, we're almost there. Yeah, the clock time. 8点01分. Yeah, it's expressing time, so E keeps the original tone, the first tone. Let's now look at the situations where E doesn't keep its original tone. This is the rule that we mentioned a little bit earlier, and it's got some similarity with the first tone change rule on 不 in the last video lesson that we talked about. When E is followed by a syllable or word that's pronounced the first, second, third tone, E changes its tone to the falling tone, the fourth tone. E. For example, 一张纸. E is followed by a syllable in the first tone. E is pronounced the fourth tone. 一条皮带. E is followed by a syllable in the second tone, so E is pronounced the fourth tone. 一条皮带. 一种水果, a kind of fruit. E is followed by a syllable in the third tone. E is pronounced as the fourth tone, the falling tone. 一种水果. Now, if E is followed by a word, a syllable that's pronounced the fourth tone, then E changes its tone to the second tone. For example, 一个学生, 一个学生, a student. The syllable behind E is the fourth tone, 个, so E becomes the second tone. 一个学生, 一次, one time. 次 is the fourth tone, so E turns to the second tone. 一次, 一次. 一块钱, 1 yuan. 块, yeah, the syllable behind E is the fourth tone, so E turns to the second tone. 一块钱, 一块钱. Now I want to give a round of a big applause for you guys. You guys are really awesome. I know in the beginning, memorizing all of these rules is really hard. Just take your time, learn it, and practice it bit by bit. We're almost there. We're on the last tone change rule on E. The situation where E changes its tone to the neutral tone is when it's put in the middle of two same duplicative verbs. This tone change rule of E has the similarity with the positive negative tone change rule of 不, like 看不看, 走不走, 不 is in the neutral tone. Also, 看一看, 走一走, E is in the neutral tone. So in this form, 看一看, 试一试, 查一查, 走一走, etc. It can be used to suggest somebody do something and also indicate the action of the verb is done briefly. 你试一试. Notice that E is in the neutral tone. The slower speed would be 试一试. In the normal speed, we speak quickly. 试一试, 看一看, 查一查, 走一走. This is the end of the video, and I hope that you find this video to be helpful for you. You can also check out my other teaching videos, and if you've got any questions and topics you would like to learn, please let me know in the comment section. I'm Selena. I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.